So we're just going to sit nice and comfortably, placing the hands in Gyan Mudra, and then closing down the eyes. And as we breathe in, I want you just to imagine breathing in earth energy into the root chakra. And exhaling any fear from that area. As we breathe in next, I want you to imagine breathing into the solar plexus, the sacral chakra just below the navel. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine breathing out any internalized control. So when we start to internalize when other people try and control us. As we inhale now into the solar plexus chakra, breathe in self-confidence. And breathe out self-doubt. As you breathe into the heart space, breathe in love and joy and compassion. Breathing out resentment and bitterness. As we breathe in now to the throat chakra, I want you to imagine breathing in the ability and strength to speak your truth. Breathing out lies and gossip. We breathe in to the third eye chakra. Breathe in intuition and knowledge. And as you exhale, breathe out the inability to see the bigger picture. And as we breathe into the crown chakra now, imagine a lotus flower at the top of your head, just opening up. Breathing out, being too stuck in material gains and things like that. So just as we're breathing in now, I want you to imagine breathing in all the way from the root, breathing out from the crown of the head. Breathing in from the root, breathing out through the crown. One more breathing in from the root and breathing out through the crown. Okay guys, we'll bring our hands together. We're going to give them a rub. And then we're just going to pop the thumbs into the sternum. We'll bow our heads and we'll open our eyes. Namaste. Okay guys, we're going to start standing up then. So we're going to come into Tadasana, which is just mountain pose. So we're just standing with the feet about hip distance apart, the palms are facing in, and all we're going to do is we're just going to start to rock. And really connecting to that sense of being connected to the earth. So again, we'll just imagine that we're kind of stabilizing the root chakra by breathing in that earth energy from the soles of the feet. And during this part of the practice, I want you to keep your awareness on the root chakra. So just the very base of the spine. I want you to imagine now breathing out fear from the soles of your feet. And breathing in the ability just to be able to stand on our own 2 feet and knowing that, you know, we have the stability to be able to do so. And then placing the hands to the waist, we're going to hinge from the hips. We're going to come into a forward fold. And then releasing the hands with that fear. And then just bending the knees. Okie dokie. So just from here, if your hands are touching the floor, we want to come onto onto our fingertips. And we're going to inhale as we lift up the bottom, take the head to the knee, and exhale, bend. Inhale, lifting up, take your awareness to the root chakra. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, just bend and hold it here now. I want you to apply the Mula Bandha. So we're squeezing the anus nice and tight, just holding onto that energy there. And then inhaling, bring the hands all the way out to the side. Taking your hands in a prayer. And then we're going to draw the prayer down to the center line and then step forwards on your mat. Feet are at the side of your mats. Coming into Malasana. So bringing the hands together at heart center, and slowly we'll begin just to squat down. So you might have to adjust your feet slightly. And once we get down here, we're going to take the body low, push into those knees, and then we're going to lift the chest high and aim the very base of the spine down towards the earth. And just imagining now, Muladhara, so Muladhara is the name of the root chakra in Sanskrit. Just imagine a ruby red ball of light spinning freely in a clockwise direction. And then we're going to take the hands down to the floor, and then we're going to walk, step, or jump into a plank position. Then we're going to lower down for chaturanga, and then we're going to inhale as we come into upward facing dog. And as you exhale, let's come into a downward facing dog. Okay, let's just pedal those heels out. So whenever we're kind of stretching out the legs, we're activating the root chakra. Releasing fear and kind of just helping ourselves just feel that little bit more grounded. So if you find that you're often just in your head a lot, what you need to do there is bring the energy back down. So you can do that by just grounding your feet in nature or just working on your legs in this way. So from here, we're going to bend the knees and gaze forward. And we're going to try and hop our feet on either side of the hands. As you drop back down into that Malasana squat, take the body low. Then just hook into those knees and then lift the chest high, push the knees out and take your awareness right down to the very base of the spine and hold it there. Keep breathing into it. And then the hands are coming to the floor. And again, we're going to hop back and then lower down chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And this time we're just going to take the hips either side. Loosen off through the hips. And then as you come back to center, we're going to bend the knees and push the tummy towards the thighs. And then lift right up from the base of the spine. Then push the heels down. Find your deep hamstring stretch. And we've got one more of those Malasana squats. So bending the knees, gazing forward. And hopping the feet either side. Scooping up those knees. Aim the crown down. And then we're going to lift up. Holding it there. Hands to the floor. Walk, step, or jump back into your plank. And then lower down chaturanga. We're going to inhale as we come into upward facing dog. And then we're going to sink back into child's pose. And so just imagining now that root chakra energy is just running, it's just spinning nice and freely. And then we're going to imagine pulling the energy up now into the sacral chakra. So our seat of passion and creativity, sexuality, sensuality. And that's just below the navel. And the color to this is orange. So we can really picture that spinning ball of orange energy, Svadhisthana. And from here, we're going to inhale as we lift. Take the hands slightly further forward and come into upward facing dog. We're going to hold it there. All right, so coming all the way back and sinking back down to child's pose. The arms will slide back ever so slightly. And then back into Varmanasana, tabletop position. We're going to turn the toes underneath and then we're going to lift up and push back. And again, just imagining pulling that energy up to the sacral chakra. Roll to plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Sink to child's pose. And breathe into this nice restful pose. And as you come all the way up, take the hands slightly forward, sink the hips low as we come into an upward facing dog from the backs of the knees. Hold it there. All righty. I think I know what I'm doing now. All right, coming onto the knees, turning the toes underneath, taking the wrist back underneath the shoulders. We're going to come into downward facing dog. And now we're going to imagine pulling the energy up from the root chakra into the sacral chakra and then up into the solar plexus chakra. This is where we're going to start to just build a little bit of internal fire. So this is our seat of self-confidence and will. Okay, so we're going to roll into our plank and we're going to hold our plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down chaturanga, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows are tucked in and coming into rolling cobra, so lifting up and rolling down. Lifting up, rolling down. Lifting up and rolling down. And then we're going to push up into Brahmanasana, tabletop position. And from here, we're going to lift into downward facing dog. We're just going to do some knee taps here to build a little bit of fire. So take the right foot nice and high, taking the right knee to the right elbow as we come into a plank position. And then kick back. And then bring the knee to the nose. And then kick back. And then bring the knee to the left elbow. And then kick back. Three-legged dog. And then we're going to step the hands in between, sorry, the foot in between the hands, but stay on the ball of the back foot. Inhale as we bring the arms nice and wide. Ooh. Energetically pull the feet towards one another as we come into a runner's lunge. So let's just double check that that knee's over the top of the heel. And then taking the weight forwards. We're going to hold it here, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms go all the way down and out to the side as we lift up for a crescent lunge. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands into a prayer and then take the left elbow over to the right knee. Stack the palms. Inhale, lift, and see if we can just push into the knee as we come into a revolved side angle, which is slightly more tricky because we're on the ball of the back foot. Holding it here. I always like to work on the solar plexus chakra a little bit more because, you know, for me, it's what kind of gets knocked out with like self-doubt and, like I say, sort of external control. And, you know, we need to be able to believe in ourselves to really kind of operate, particularly in this field, within this world. All right, then hands to the floor and hop forwards into a halfway lift, then tuck into a deep fold. Inhaling, coming into Utkatasana, sinking low and reaching high. And then we're going to come into fists of fire, but with a big okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Speed it up. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Back to Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor. Walk, step, or jump back into your plank position. Hold your plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down. And then hands are underneath the shoulders, flatten the backs of the feet. Rolling cobra. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. 1 more. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, roll down. And then we're going to push back into Brahmanasana. Turn the toes underneath and come into your downward facing dog. Taking the left foot nice and high, 3-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow. Tap for 1. And back to the nose. And back to the right elbow. And back. And then step that front foot in between the hands whilst we stay on the ball of the back foot. Raising the hands high. And then taking the weight forward. Let's make sure our knees are aligned, energetically pulling the feet together. Then come into your runner's lunge and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms go all the way down and lift up to crescent lunge. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, And one, revolve, side angle, right elbow, left knee. Stack the palms, inhale, lift. Exhale, twist as we push into that knee. Keep the knee nice and solid, hold it here. Right hands either side of the foot, step forwards. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Fists of fire, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale. 3 more. Last one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and bring the arms all the way out to the side. Bring your hands in a prayer. And we're going to take the prayer to the heart space now. So taking your awareness back down to the root chakra, visualizing that red swirling ball of energy. And as it spins freely, it's filling you up with this stability, grounding and safety, a sense of safety. And as we take our awareness now to the sacral chakra, we're just imagining being filled up with a sense of passion, being able to really tap into our creativity, being totally okay with our sexuality and our sensuality, and then moving up to our yellow solar plexus chakra. Imagine ourselves being filled up with self-confidence, being able to show up as our most authentic self, and then taking our awareness now up to the heart space. And just imagining that green ball of swirling energy. And as we keep our awareness there, we're just releasing any resentment, any kind of bitterness. And then we're going to inhale as we take the hands wide, and then take the feet out to hip distance. We're going to take the hands in a basket behind the back, and then just take a bit of a back bend as we shine our heart up towards the sky, holding it here. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips. We're going to come into a forward fold as we move those arms away from the body. Breathing into it there. Okay, inhaling Utkatasana, sink low, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to floor, walk step, or jump back into your plank position as we lower down for Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Okay, guys, so we're going to do the nose to knee again, but we're going to come in eventually to a wild thing. All right, then. I'm just going to shift my kit out the way 1 second. All right, then. So we're going to take the right foot nice and high, 3-legged dog. Tap the right elbow back into your plank. And back. To the nose. And back. To the left elbow. And back, 3-legged dog. Bend that knee. Rotate the right hip, sit on top of the left hip, and then roll onto your outer side of your left foot as you drop that right foot down. You're keeping the left leg straight, the right leg's bent. Inhaling now, throw the hips and the heart to the side. We come into a beautiful wild thing, guys. Massive heart opener. Hold it, 3 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Roll back into your plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. And the left foot's nice and high, 3-legged dog. Tap the left elbow. And back. To the nose. And back. To the right elbow. And back. 3-legged dog. Bend the knee. Rotate the left hip to sit onto the right hip. Roll onto the outer side of the right foot as we pop the left foot to the floor. And as we inhale, let's throw the hips and the heart to the sky. We can come up onto the tiptoe of that left foot as well to get a nicer expansion. And then rolling back. Lowering down, Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Taking the right foot nice and high, we're going to step that in between the hands as we lower the ball of the back foot. We're going to raise the hands high for a warrior one. And then we're going to take the hands to the floor. And then we're going to start to lift that left foot up off the floor as we place the right hand underneath the face. If you feel comfortable here, you're going to stay here. If we want to, we're going to come into a half moon by lifting the left hand up and outwardly rotating the left foot. Imagine now just sending out love energy or heart chakra energy in all directions. Breathing into it here, guys. Drop back for your warrior one. That is such a hard pose. I do like them, but it's very hard. All right, hands to the floor. Spin on the ball of the back foot and hop back as we lower down for chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Left foot's high and step that in between the hands. As we lower the back heel down and raise the hands high for your warrior one. Keeping that knee over the top of the heel, take the hands to the floor. Bring the left hand like in front of the foot and then start to raise the right foot up, outwardly rotating that right foot. We can either bring the hand to the waist or bring the right hand high. And again, we're expanding the heart energy, all directions, liberating and opening the heart chakra. Whoop. Lower back. Warrior one. Hands to the floor. Spin on the ball of the back foot and hop back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, gazing forward, walk, step or jump into a halfway lift. Exhale, tuck into a deep fold. As you inhale, bring the hands to the sky. And then we're going to draw this prayer down to the throat chakra. Okay, visualizing that red swirling ball of energy at the very base of the spine. It's spinning freely, moving the energy up. So we're taking the root chakra energy also up to the sacral chakra, the seat of our masculine and the seat of our feminine energy. Orange ball of swirling energy moving up now, taking the energy of the root and the sacral up to the solar plexus chakra. And then taking that energy up to the heart chakra. And then coming into the throat chakra and visualizing that blue swirling ball of energy. All right, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, walk back and lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. And then drop to the knees as we keep the toes turned under. All righty. So we're going to sit back on those toes, and it is going to be painful, particularly if you're a barefoot or flip-flop kind of girl. All right, then we're just going to hold it here for a couple of breaths. All righty, so we're going to bring the hands upside down onto the lap and then push all the way up, and then we're going to let the shoulders come up. So they're coming right up to the neck. So we want to try and be aligned here. We want to be a nice straight line here. And with those shoulders up to the neck, we're just going to start to rotate around that kind of, almost like a little bit of like a bowl. Just rotating the neck all the way around. Trying to keep your awareness on the throat chakra as opposed to your toes, which are probably killing you right now. Take the circles in the opposite direction. And then as we come back to center, we're going to flatten the backs of the feet and just take a couple of rolls back on the toes. Okay. And then just tap the toes out. And then turn the toes underneath. We're going to lift up. We're coming into camel pose now, guys. So it's entirely up to you where you take this. We can inhale to bring the right hand all the way up. And we're going to see if we can catch the back heel, which needs to be in alignment with your hip. And you can stay here if this feels good for you. Or you can come all the way over with the left hand and bring both hands down and then lift and release, holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then sink back onto those toes. All right, you're just holding it here. All right, left hand goes over the top of the head. Right hand we're taking out to the side, and I want you to imagine reaching out but not touching the floor, and then pull the head over towards the left. Breathing into it. Trying to sit back on those toes to get that toe stretch as well if we can. Back to center. Right hand over the head. Reach out with the left fingertips and pull all the way down. Release, flatten the feet, and take some rolls on those feet. God, that's such a painful pose. All right, then hands to floor, tap out. So if you just did one hand there, we're going to do the other hand, or we're going to just do both again. So lifting back up. Right hands all the way up, or left hands all the way up. If you just did that one hand last time, do the other. Oh, we're going to do both. Coming all the way around. And then lifting the heart high, opening up through the throat. Hands to waist. And coming all the way back up. And then we're going to sit down on the backs of the feet. All right, inhaling, bring the hands high. Exhaling, taking the prayer to the third eye. Visualizing the red of the root chakra and taking that energy up into the sacral chakra as we visualize the orange. Bring that up towards the solar plexus chakra, visualizing that yellow. Moving up to the heart space, picturing that green swirling ball of energy. Moving up, take all of that energy up to your throat chakra, giving us the ability to be able to communicate our truth. Taking our awareness now up to the third eye, holding it there. I'm going to take that prayer all the way out in front, lifting the thumbs up. Okay, I want you to take your awareness now just on your thumbs and really stare at those thumbs so that everything around you, around those thumbs, begins to blur. And all we're doing here is we're focusing on just what's in front of us. And then we're going to expand our awareness very much like the energy of the third eye chakra. So taking your awareness now beyond the thumbs, all the way around, and just see what you notice when you're not fixated on what's just straight in front of you. We get to see the bigger picture. We get to see the wood for the trees. Sometimes we can be so focused on what's going wrong in our lives that we can't even notice all the bits and pieces that are actually going well. I speak from experience here, guys. All right. And really just noticing, just taking in, like, you know, everything that you can see, everything that you can feel, and just noticing how expansive that feels to not be focused on just what's in front of us. And as you inhale, bring the hands high, separate the fingers, and imagine bringing a lotus flower to the crown of the head. And we're just going to breathe into that. Keeping our awareness there, we're going to close down the eyes. So we're moving up now to Sahasrara, sorry guys, moving up to the Sahasrara chakra. So this is our crown chakra. This is our portal or our gateway to source consciousness. I want you to imagine as those petals have opened from the fingers, that this expands our connection to source consciousness. And noticing how it feels to be in the energy of the crown chakra with this connection to the divine. And this is only really accessible or only really sort of advised once we're activated and open through the rest of the chakras, and we've done a lot of work moving that energy in an upwards direction. So now we can focus on the third eye and the crown chakra together. We can focus on expanding our awareness to see the bigger picture. So keeping your awareness on that lotus flower. And maybe even noticing if there's any messages. We're going to sit in silence for about 2 minutes now. You might find that there's some information that comes your way, some answers. You might find that there's nothing, and that's okay too. But we're not trying anything. We're just being quiet. Inhale and bring the arms out to the side. We're going to separate the knees as we come into the Guru Pranam. So taking the third eye down to the earth and bringing the hands in a prayer above the head. And just closing down the eyes. And again, we can start to visualize all of those chakras. The red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and the white. Or violet. Bring the hands down. We're going to come all the way up. And we're going to come into our meditation now. So let's close down the eyes. And we're going to breathe together. So we'll take a big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then let's fill up the lungs. And then we'll sigh away. And just connect your awareness to that breath now, guys. We're just going to allow the breath to come in its own natural rhythm. And just keeping our awareness there for the time being. It'll be quite loud in here for you guys, but these are binaural beats. So each one, as we move up through the chakras, is very activating as well. So begin by bringing your awareness to the very base of your spine, the area of your root chakra. Here we'll visualize a swirling ball of red energy, Muladhara. Visualizing this vibrant red sphere of energy spinning freely at the very base of your spine. And the root chakra represents your foundation. And a feeling of being grounded, of being stable, of being safe, and totally secure. And as you visualize this red energy, imagine roots growing from this chakra and extending deep into the earth, anchoring you securely. Feel a sense of stability and security flowing through you. And then we're going to repeat over and over in our mind silently an affirmation to activate and open the root chakra. So repeat in your mind, until the music goes quiet here, and then I'll move on. I am grounded, safe, and secure. I am grounded, safe, and secure. As the mind begins to wander, just bring it back to the affirmation. I am grounded, safe, and secure. And now we'll begin to move our focus up to the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel. And here, imagine seeing a glowing orange sphere of light spinning freely in a clockwise direction. Imagine with each inhale that this sphere grows brighter and spins faster. With each exhale, imagine releasing any control. Imagine releasing any fear. Have an overactive sacral chakra can often mean an imbalance between the masculine and the feminine energy. So if there has been some control, sometimes in order for us to come away from that, we can end up being fiercely independent. The inability to receive. And our sacral chakra is the center of creativity, of pleasure, and of emotions. Underactive, we tend to not have a great deal of control of our emotions. We tend to be overrun by them. So imagine this orange light expanding and filling your lower abdomen, bringing with it warmth, vitality, and feel the flow of creativity, joy, and passion within you. And our affirmation for the sacral chakra: I am creative, passionate, and open to experiencing pleasure. I am creative, passionate, and open to experiencing pleasure. And shifting your attention now to your upper abdomen, just above the navel. This is where your solar plexus resides, Manipura. Manipura in Sanskrit translates to city of jewels. This is our internal fire. This is where we get the courage to show up as authentically as possible. And here we're going to visualize a bright yellow sphere of light. A yellow ball of energy radiating from this area. The solar plexus chakra that's associated with our personal power and our confidence, our self-assuredness. And if anything's happened within the sacral chakra or the solar plexus chakra from an external event, we can start to have self-doubt, start to question ourselves. As we open and activate the solar plexus chakra, it gives us the ability to set boundaries and stand by them even when people are putting up against them. So see this yellow light growing stronger and filling your entire torso with a sense of empowerment and determination. Feel your confidence and self-esteem rising. Now, affirmation for the solar plexus chakra. I am confident, powerful, and in control of my life. I am confident, powerful, and in control of my life. We'll now move our focus up to the center of our chest, where your heart chakra is located. And here we'll visualize a beautiful sphere of green energy spinning freely in a clockwise direction. The Sanskrit name for the heart chakra is Anahata, meaning unstricken or unhurt. That doesn't mean that it can only be open if we haven't been hurt or stricken in any way. It means that that's when we tend to close it off. We close the heart space off in order to not feel any hurt. And knowing that our heart chakra is the center of love, compassion, and connection, maybe we can begin to visualize opening the heart space up a little. Particularly as we take up that energy from the 3 lower chakras, our sense of security and safety, our ability to be able to connect to our passion and our creativity and our sexuality, and then feeling self-confident, self-assured, boundaried, then maybe we can feel strong enough to begin to open our hearts. So imagine now this green energy expanding and filling your chest with unconditional love and kindness. And feeling a deep sense of compassion for yourself and for others. The affirmation for the heart chakra. I am open to love and compassion and joy. I am open to love, compassion, and joy. Keeping your awareness on the heart chakra as repeat this affirmation silently. I am open to love, compassion, and joy. Now moving our attention to your throat area. Where the throat chakra is located, Vishuddha chakra. Here we're going to visualize a vibrant blue sphere of energy spinning at your throat. The throat chakra represents your communication and expression, our ability to speak our truth. Once we have the grounding and stability of the root chakra, the passion, the creativity and the joy of the sacral chakra, and the self-confidence, self-assuredness of the solar plexus chakra, and then when we're operating in a place of love, of joy, of compassion, when our heart chakra is completely open, we then know it is okay to speak our truth, because we know that we're only ever going to come from a place of love. And it gives us the confidence to stand up for ourselves verbally. So here we're going to imagine a blue light growing brighter and filling your entire throat with clarity, honesty, and integrity. Connecting to this feeling of freedom to express ourselves, expressing our truth. Affirmation for the throat chakra. I am able to speak my truth with clarity and with confidence. I am able to speak my truth with clarity and with confidence. I am able to speak my truth with clarity and confidence. Each time the mind wanders, bring our awareness back to the affirmation. Now we'll shift our focus to the area in between your eyebrows. It might help here to take an internal gaze up to the third eye. This will help to stimulate the pineal gland and stimulate a meditative state. The third eye chakra, Ajna chakra. Here we're going to visualize an indigo sphere of energy spinning freely in this area. So the third eye chakra is associated with intuition and insight. We all have the ability or an inner guidance system within us. The problem is that if we've not got the rest of the chakras balanced, we often don't trust it. Particularly when it comes to other people, when we get a bad feeling, we might have picked up on a micro expression, or we've picked up on a vibe. Particularly when the negative vibes, we don't necessarily want to trust it. Sometimes we second guess ourselves. Sometimes we wonder if it's just us. We wonder if it's our old wounding. 9 times out of 10, it is your intuition. But we don't always act on it. The reason being is that the lower chakras are not activated or open. So as we begin to feel confident and secure and grounded with our root chakra, once we begin to be able to express ourselves creatively and tap and live in our own passion, and then we feel confident within the solar plexus chakra, we're operating from a higher heart space with love, joy, compassion and forgiveness. We're then able to speak our truth. When we know all of these things and everything is, we are showing up as our most authentic self with love, joy and compassion. That is when we can really truly begin to trust our intuition, this inner guidance system. When we know we're coming from a place of love and authenticity. So seeing this indigo light expanding now, and imagine it just enhancing your inner vision and wisdom. Feel a deep sense of inner knowing and clarity wash over you. And our affirmation for the third eye chakra: I trust my intuition and inner wisdom. I trust my intuition and my inner wisdom. And finally, bringing your attention to the top of the head, Sahasrara, where the crown chakra is located. And here we're going to visualize a violet or white sphere of energy spinning freely in a clockwise direction. The crown chakra represents your connection to the divine and higher consciousness. See this light expanding, connecting you to the infinite universe and divine wisdom. And as we connect to this divine wisdom, we can feel a deep sense of peace and spiritual connection. And our affirmation for the crown chakra is: I am connected to the divine and my higher self. I am connected to the divine and my higher self. And just taking a few moments now to visualize all 7 chakras aligned and spinning harmoniously. Each one of them growing brightly. Feel the balance and harmony within your entire being. Taking a few moments just to sit in the awareness of all 7 chakras. Bring our awareness back to our surroundings, noticing that steady support beneath you. We'll begin to wriggle our fingers and our toes. We're just going to start just to take a few deep breaths. We'll be noticing that we're feeling a little bit more refreshed now, a little bit more balanced, and a little bit more at peace. We'll take our hands above the head. We're going to give ourselves a big stretch out. And drawing the knees up to the chest, we're going to give ourselves a nice big hug. And softly rolling onto our side. And our mantra for the day: may today you be at peace. May you trust that you're exactly where you need to be right now. And may you not forget the infinite possibilities born in faith in yourself and faith in others. Let's slowly make our way up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. We're going to bring our hands together. We're going to give them a rub. We'll place our hands over the eyes. And ever so softly and gently open the fingers and the eyes to let the light in. And if you wish, bring your hands to prayer. Namaste.